Chapter 47. A Close Call. Outside Silver Moon Island. Boom, boom, boom. A series of booming sounds, but it was a cloud formation that wrapped up Silver Moon Island. And outside Silver Moon Island, there were a large number of cultivators impacting the formation. Bastard, Yunmo, you guys are crazy. Quickly release my young master. Silver Moon Villa disciples, listen up. If you dare to harm my young master, you'll wait for the destruction of the villa. Open the formation. Open the formation. Release my senior uncle. The cultivators who attacked the grand formation all had grim faces and were anxious. The 600 people who got the qualification post for the King Granting Conference, many of them were not nameless, and came alone to participate in the King Granting Conference, while some of the household servants and disciples were the ones who had been guarding the outside of Silver Moon Island. Originally, everything was as usual, each according to their ability, but who would have thought that a group of kin masters would be Silver Moon Villa calculations? Silver Moon Villa's reputation, inherited for how many years, has never done this kind of thing. Who would be able to prevent it? The crowd of cultivators went all out to break the formation, but is the formation that easy to break? The crowd kept abusing in their anxiety. Inside Silver Moon Island, above the large lawn square, a group of Silver Moon Villa disciples stood at the periphery. A determination flashed in their eyes. More than 500 Zither masters, who were currently bound above the lawn by the strings of the Guchen intent, stared blankly at Yunmo, who was manipulating the Guchen body. Yunmo, don't do it, don't do it, please, the old Mana Master said bitterly. Master Zhuang, you taught me before that when a person is alive, they can face any difficulty. When a person dies, there is nothing left. Master Zhuang, most of our disciples on the manor, you picked them up. Yunmo was also brought up by Master Zhuang. We can't just watch you die. Even if we carry the world's curses, we have to try a little bit harder for you. Master Zhuang, you're already at the end of your lifespan. Please allow Yunmo to be reckless, Yunmo said with a firm face. Ding. Guchen Ling Ju flicked. Buzz buzz buzz. Under a series of trilling sounds, the old Mana Master's body steeply trembled and fell down, while in the old Mana Master's body surface was suddenly appeared a white light ball. In the light ball, vaguely able to see 3 light shadows, 3 souls, not far away. Shangwen Scar's face changed. Stripping the 3 souls, Yunmo, he stripped the old Zhuang Master's 3 souls. Is he going to change his body? Master Liu Nian's face changed. Yunmo twisted his head to look at everyone on the lawn. Master Zhuang, of the more than 500 bodies here, there will eventually be one that will suit you, Yunmo said with a firm face. When his eyes caught sight of young Master An instantly screamed in horror. You dare, you dare, you dare. My grandpa will destroy your Silver Moon Manor. If you dare to touch me, none of you will have a good ending. Yunmo coldly glanced at young Master An and laughed coldly. In order to let the old Mana Master live, my Silver Moon Villa can even be abandoned. After today, there will be no Silver Moon Villa in the world, and your grandfather is still looking for us to take revenge. He doesn't even know where we are. Huh, young Master An's face changed. However, don't worry, young Master An, your Zither Dao is too weak. I won't choose you until I have to. A wave of dislike appeared in Yunmo's eyes. Young Master An, looking at Yunmo's expression of dislike, young Master An didn't know whether to be angry or happy for a moment. One by one, he looked over the Zither Masters. Steeply, Yunmo's gaze landed on Sima Changkong. Sima Changkong raised an eyebrow. Mr. Sima, the bank owner told me earlier that there are 3 strongest Zither Masters here, namely Guhai, Mr. Sima and Fairy Wanna. Guhai left the Silver Moon Sea, and the range of control of the Guchen realm is limited, so he ran away. And Fairy Wanna is a woman, so it's only fair to let you come first, Yunmo solemnly said. Bold, do you know Lord Sima's identity? Asshole, Yun Mo, you dare to harm an imperial official. Your honor is. At once, a group of Sima Changkong's subordinates called out from the crowd of zither players. I know who Sima Changkong is. Yun Mo let out a cold cry abruptly. The crowd immediately choked. Sima Changkong, the new generation leader of the Sima clan, coming to Silver Moon City with a holy decree to investigate a case. I know all about it, Yun Mo sneered. You know, and you're still preparing to take my body. Sima Changkong coldly looked at Yun Mo. Lord Sima, you can look at me as crazy. I'm already crazy. I don't care about that much. I'm offended, Yun Mo said in a cold voice. Ding 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 ding. The sound of the zither went straight to Sima Changkong. Ah! Sima Changkong steeply and violently trembled, his head roaring. Buzz! The old Mana Master's 3 souls, however, were suddenly pulled and rushed into Sima Changkong's body, as if they were going to possess Sima Changkong. Ah! Sima Changkong violently convulsed. The scene of convulsions, watching the crowd of zither masters, all revealed a look of horror and despair. My lord, the crowd of subordinate zither masters shouted in alarm. However, at this moment, all of them were bound, and could not move at all, and it was all because the crowd was greedy. If they had been bound at the beginning, they would still be able to break free. But now, with a few days down the line, the Gu Chen intent had entered the marrow of the soul. It was simply impossible to break free. Pa. Sima Changkong sprayed a stream of white foam from his mouth. The eyes rolled over. Whew. Sima Changkong's 3 souls trembled slightly, vaguely about to be squeezed out of his body in general. The old Zhuang Master's 3 souls, which were placed within it, were placed several times without success. At this rate, even if Sima Changkong persevered, Sima Changkong's 3 souls are more or less damaged, not far away. Master Liu Nian's face was ugly as he said, but the crowd was unable to do anything about it. In this way, the zither sound impacted this Sima Changkong's 3 souls, and after impacting for quite some time, Sima Changkong's 3 souls were already muddled in general. However, it seemed as if there was a force that always dragged the 3 souls unable to leave the body. Hey, you have a soul-guarding magic treasure. Yun Mo's face changed. Young Mana Master, we can't move forward to seize the body anymore, otherwise, the Mana Master's 3 souls will also be harmed, a Mountain Mana disciple called out. Yun Mo nodded. Ding. Whew. The old Mana Master's 3 souls immediately flew out, and Sima Changkong's 3 souls quickly returned to their places. Snap! Sima Changkong fell to the ground. His eyes narrowed to look at Yun Mo. At this moment it seemed like he was exhausted, without a trace of energy left. At this moment his body was still in the midst of convulsions, as if he had already injured his sanity. Hiss! The surrounding zither masters all sucked in cold air. Silver Moon Mountain Villa. Perverse behavior. Heavenly justice is not to be denied, the crowd of zither masters said in horror. Yun Mo, however, didn't care and instead steeply turned his head to look at Fairy Wanna. What are you looking at me for? I'm a female, Fairy Wanna exclaimed. Sima Changkong had a soul-guarding magic treasure, but Fairy Wanna didn't. A female is a female, so be it. In the coming days, when the banker accepts this kind of taking over, he will find a new body again later, Yun Mo said in a deep voice. No, you don't know who my master is. The old master of the manor lost the Qingdao to my master back then. My master asked me to go north to find the old master of the manor to practice. The old master of the manor knows my master. You dare, my master will not let you go, Fairy Wanna exclaimed. Ding 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 ding. The sound of the zither had already sounded. A shock of intent went straight at Fairy Wanna. Boom. It was as if a sledgehammer had struck above one's head. Master, save me, master. Fairy Wanna cried out in a steep cry of shock. Her former pride had long been shattered, and at this moment, She was like a little girl in the midst of a pitiful cry. But nowadays, the Silver Moon Island was like a hell. Countless cultivators from the outside world stormed the Great Formation and could not enter at all, and the internal Silver Moon Villa disciples were like demons, in tormenting them. "Master, who will save me?" Fairy Wanna cried out. The old Mana Master's 3 souls had already been moved in front of Fairy Wanna, and as he watched, Fairy Wanna was about to have her body seized. Just in this split second, boom! With a steep, earth-shattering roar, Silver Moon Island's grand formation shattered open with a loud bang. Silver Moon Island also shook with a boom. What? Yunmo's face changed as he looked up at the sky. Silver Moon Island's grand formation was not inferior to the sea ceiling boundary. It could not be broken even by the peak of the Yuanian realm. How did it break open? Rumble. In an instant, countless bronze men descended from the sky and impacted the island in all directions. All the peaks on the island collapsed in an instant. Millions of bronze men crashed into the earth in all directions, leaving behind a huge crater. It's the ancient sea. Long Wanqing's face steeped in joy. However, she saw that Gu Hai had instantly arrived close. It arrived at the place where the hooks were in front of Yunmo. "What? Stop it for me!" Yunmo steeply exclaimed. Shoo! Slap! Gu Hai's right hand instantly slapped on top of the head of the Gu Chen body, and the Gu Chen soul instantly drilled into the body's head. Master Gu, the countless Zither masters in the surroundings, were instantly surprised. Many thanks to Grandmaster Gu. Many thanks to Grandmaster Gu. Outside the island, countless cultivators in the broken formation were instantly amongst their gratitude. In that split second just now, all the cultivators were about to despair. This big formation couldn't be broken at all. Right at this moment of despair, Gu Hai came, shooting from the sky. Seeing the Silver Moon Island grand formation, Gu Hai slightly paused, waited for the bronze men at the back, then readjusted his speed and induced the millions of bronze men to crash over. Boom! There was no suspense. The Silver Moon City's citadel had crashed through, not to mention this small island's great formation. Under the big impact, the flying boat also broke most of the way. It could no longer fly. But Gu Hai didn't care about that at all. As long as he made the Gu Chen body and soul merge, that was all. In an instant, he rushed into the center of the square and erupted with unprecedented power that no one had time to stop. It finally succeeded. Buzz. The Hook Chen trembled slightly. It stopped all movements. What, asshole, hurry up. It's almost there. It's almost there. Yunmo manipulated Gu Chen in a shriek. However, at this moment, when the soul of Gu Chen returned, how could it still be controlled by Yunmo? Keeping everything the same was already the limit. The zither sound that impacted Fairy Wanna's head stopped instantly. The 3 souls of the old Mana Master stopped right in front of Fairy Wanna. It was a close call, just a little bit closer to rushing into his body and taking over his body. Wanna Fairy's pearly face suddenly stopped crying. Her heart received a big shock, and she turned her head to look in celebration and gratitude. However, she saw that it was Gu Hai who had stopped everything. Gu Hai. Fairy Wanna froze in place. How could it be this big liar?